Do you feel like your jawline is collapsing? Maybe your mid-face feels heavy? Well, in today's video, we're going to be working on an amazing 1-point fascia point on the side of the jaws here by the masseter muscle. We're going to be working internally as well as externally to release any tight fascia around this area to really help lift up the face, relax the face. So first things first, you want to start off with clean skin and obviously clean fingers. Now I am using a little bit of my kingship oil because we're going to be working externally as well as internally on the lower part of the face. So you only need just a tiny bit, just for a bit of slip and glide. So just a tiny bit on the fingers, massage in, and then just gently pat all along the lower part of the face and by the neck, either side of the neck, and down to the collarbone. So what you need to do first is we need to literally open up the gateways for the lymphatic system. So taking the pads of our fingers where our collarbone is here, just above we've got some indentations, and if you can just give those a few gentle presses. Now I like to do this making sure my back's nice and straight and in alignment and our feet's firmly on the ground and parallel, so we're getting maximum blood flow, circulation and oxygen to the neck and the head area. We're going to work first of all on the outside of the cheek area, and then we're going to do some really deep work of the fascia inside the mouth. So what we're going to do for the outside, I'm placing one hand as an anchor here, taking my finger as a hook, and you want to come as far as the cheekbone can get to that ear point. Take our finger, hold and place, and just gently melt the finger into the skin. This is a really great fascia decompression. And then with a nice relaxed mouth and face, very gently and slowly glide just past the ear. The slower, the better. And work all the way down. You should feel a really nice release on that masseter muscle. And if the fascia is stuck to the bone here and the muscle, you're not allowing for so much space for oxygen and nutrients. So by doing this amazing 1-point fascia release, and it's allowing again for more space, nutrients, and also detoxification. So then we're placing our other hand on the other side, again finger as a hook, gently melting in just by the ear. Take a nice deep belly breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. I like to do in for 4 and out for 6, and just gently melt in and slowly glide all the way down past the ear, heading towards that jawline from the masseter muscle. And we're not stretching or pulling at the skin, and that's the slower you can go, the better. All the way down, a nice release. If it's a little painful, you can just lift off the pressure slightly with the hook of the finger, until we're right down to that jawline. And then just give it a little wiggle. Right, so once we've done our external work for really releasing that 1-point fascia point by that masseter muscle, let's work around this area here internally. So you want to take your thumb, and we're going to place it in, and we're going to work our thumb all the way in, and then from the cheek, that zygomatic, to around here where that masseter is, you should find a point, and we're going to do some really gentle round circular motions one way and then the other to really release any tight fascia internally. And then let's go the other way in the other opposite direction. Round circular motions, thumb inside the mouth, and then with the other fingers outside. and release. And then on the other side, thumb inside. You may want to swallow when you're doing this. Thumb inside, working, as I say, all the way here. I'm just using my hands here just to sort of stabilize as an anchor. And then we're going to do some really lovely smoothing round circular motions, really releasing that fascia within. And then let's work in the opposite direction. And gently release. You may find one side slightly more tender than the other. For me, it's definitely this side. So once we've done our inside work as well as our outside work, we just want to wash our fingers in some soapy water, just so then we can finish off with the all-important lymphatic drainage, releasing toxins and waste from the lower part of the face. So once we've washed our fingers, we now want to finish off with some lymphatic drainage. So placing our fingers onto our chin area here and our sort of also along the jawline, but just very gently working in an upwards motion towards that zygomatic cheek, and then just working along outside, up and across, releasing toxins and waste within the lymph. Now, lymph is also very close to the surface of the skin, so only light, delicate touch is needed. And we've worked really deeply within the fascia. So we want to really release everything as well, so making sure everything's nice and relaxed. Now you can do these 1 point internal fascia points. I like to do this 3 or 4 times a week. And also if you want to spend a bit more time on a certain area, if you're feeling something's a little bit tighter, feel free to do so. All the way towards the ears. Not forgetting under the cheekbone as well. And then thumb placed under the chin, fingers as a hook, just gliding now along that jawline towards the ears. Now please comment down below, tell me how you found this, and if there's any other fascia techniques you'd love me to share with you. And also have a description down below for my kingship oil, 11 organic botanical ingredients, an amazing product, and it's not too greasy or oily either. It's a really nice soothing facial oil. And then with the fingers just gliding down the front of the ears here, and then behind the ears, and then just with the fingers just massage in a round circular motion the bottom of the head, the occipital bone, and the top of the bottom of the head, top of the neck. Again, we hold a lot of tension in this place, so if you find a little bit of a tender point, just give it a nice little extra massage out. And then when the fingers are touching, one hand at a time, gliding down this big SCM muscle down to the collarbone. And then on the other side. And then from the chin all the way down, where our collarbone is just above, we have some indentations. With the pads of the fingers, where we first started, if you can just give these a few gentle presses, this will release all the toxins and waste we've removed throughout the lower part of the facial area after our fascia work on a 1 point, a masseter muscle, into the body, ready for elimination. Now, I also have started a Substack, so which is a bit more bloggy, if you like. So if you want more of the written word and more of my videos, please check that out. It's in the description box down below as well. And also my Kingship Skin Facial Oil. And I really look forward to seeing you in the next video. Okay, bye.